You might think to get the dream job, to get the perfect mate, the perfect house, car, to be in the city you want to be in, to have the body you want, what have you, that you have to be working on that and climbing towards that and efforting and pushing yourself and all that. And it's completely wrong. Yesterday, I just realized that. Something I already knew. But yesterday it really clicked into place when I was appreciating a moment and tuning and tapping into the energy frequency of manifesting and receiving, of creation. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Hey there, I'm Angel. I am a happiness and law of attraction coach. And on this channel, I share tips and tricks to live a life of manifesting, of law of attraction, of allowing things to enter, and of especially reaching happiness, because learning from others is how I learned to do it. So I am now giving back with my own shared experiences. So what am I talking about when I say moments? I'll get to that. But first, before you understand the anatomy of a moment, you have to understand that all things are energy. Feelings, thoughts all live on a frequency. The feelings of happiness and the feelings of sadness and anger, they don't really live in the same realm. The second thing you need to understand is that experiences, life experience, manifestations are inside out, not outside in. Meaning the more you live in a frequency, the more you access a certain emotion and certain energy, the more certain thoughts you practice thinking, the more you attract energies that line up with that thought pattern, that vibration, that energy, that feeling. Simply put, the more happiness you think and feel, the more happy experiences you will attract, and vice versa. And it can be a snowball effect where more and more happy, lucky things are happening to you, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm living my best life right now. Just all of this wonderful stuff is happening. It can also feel the same when bad things happen. It's just like one after the other, and we keep noticing it, and more comes, and we notice it, and more comes, and we notice it, and more comes. That's the pattern. So if you can stop yourself in this pattern, which depending where you are, it could take time. Like if you're in a really bad place, you're not just going to jump up to happiness. You're going to have to climb those stairs. And that's what I'm talking about today. It's the steps, the stairway to happiness. You can say heaven if you want. The stairway to happiness is made up of moments. The more moments of happiness you can experience, the more you can accumulate into a snowball, the more steps you climb, whatever metaphor works for you, the more experiences of that nature you are attracting, the deeper you're going into that frequency. The further out you swim into the waters, the more surrounded by water you are. It kind of is the same with the energy frequency. So the further into happiness you can get, the more you can experience happiness on a regular basis and feel the energies of satisfaction, joy, appreciation, enjoyment. The more experiences of that nature you'll be swimming towards and will surround you and will obviously float towards you, or rather be pulled in by you, because we're magnetic. That's kind of the concept of law of attraction. Energy is magnetic. You attract, you pull in whatever frequency you're set to. And so to practice swimming into those waters, climbing those steps, again, whatever metaphor works for you, it's about catching a moment and feeling a moment of happiness. Like I said, this came to me yesterday. I was sitting outside alone in the dark. I was working on my phone, and something inside of me, my intuition, which was reaching out, and your inner being, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, your gut reaction, your feelings, they're always pulling you up towards happiness, up towards higher frequencies. But sometimes we're too busy, we're too cluttered in our minds. There's too much negativity, and it drowns out, it silences the positivity that's trying to come out, that's trying to pull you out, that's trying to pull you up. And I've practiced tuning into my intuition. So when I felt that gut instinct reaction, whatever you want to call it, say, hey, put your phone down and away, I obeyed. And I saw that I was surrounded by trees, nature, warmth, something I absolutely adore. The sky was lit by a moon, a gibbous moon that's almost full. It was just such a beautiful experience, state that I was in, and I would have missed it if I had stayed worrying about the future, because I was working on things and I have to do this because that has to happen and I have to create my life and all these things. And it was a reminder of snap out of it. What are you doing? You're not going to get there from where you are. You are not tapping into the right frequencies to manifest what it is you are wanting. You're manifesting more worry. You're manifesting scarcity. You're manifesting anxiety. That's what you're doing right now because you're practicing those feelings. So I stopped And I realized that there was so much to appreciate in this moment. And I sat quietly for about an hour. It was divine. There was energy around me. And I was just there absorbing it. And it replenished me. And it gave me this message and many others. It really gave me what I needed to move forward. And I realized this is the frequency. This is it. This is what I want to feel all the time. This happiness, this state of peace, satisfaction, not worrying about the future, but trusting. I felt like I could trust. I felt like I wasn't alone. I was surrounded by energy, by nature. It's hard to explain unless you feel it. When you're in your head, when you're in worry, you can feel isolated, alone, and you're disconnected from your inner being, from the universe. You're disconnected from alignment. You're like this instead of being like this. So it was a beautiful reminder of catching the moment. You have to make it a priority. That's another thing I want to say. It's not just about identifying a moment and catching it while it's happening, which oftentimes we kind of miss, but it's about prioritizing it and not finding excuses and being like, oh, I can't appreciate this moment, or I can't take a break right now because I can't go out for a walk right now because I have 10,000 things on my list to do. I can't, have a nice meal and sit down and enjoy myself, or watch a TV show that's going to make me laugh right now because I have to. You have to make it a priority. That's what you have to do, especially only if you want more happiness in your life. If you want more satisfaction, more enjoyment, more peace, more things to come into alignment, you got to get yourself into this alignment. Create them if you have to. Maybe anticipate. If tomorrow's going to be a very difficult day, I should make sure to have the meal of my dreams, or I'm going to treat myself with a really long shower, or a phone call with someone I really enjoy, or go out and do something that really makes me feel at peace and happy, whatever it is. Create that moment. It seems counterintuitive. It seems random. You're like, well, how is me taking a nice warm bubble bath or whatever going to get me the love of my life? Bruh, that's what I'm saying. You have to understand and believe that everything is energy frequency. It's all related. Getting the partner that you want means feeling happy. It means feeling satisfied. It means enjoying life. It means appreciating moments. So if you can do all of that, have those feelings through other experiences, now you're opening the door for the partner experience to come in, because hey, you're on the same frequency now. You're on the same IKEA floor where all that stuff is stored, right? So now it can come to you. Now you can receive whatever it is you're reaching for, and things will come to you. Conversations will happen out of the blue. This happened to me recently. I met up with a friend of mine for dinner. She was in town for the weekend. It was just a chill. It was just to hang out. And she told me that she was actually applying for jobs and things. And she told me of this one company. It rang a bell, and I was like, wait a minute, this means something to me. She told me the exact job title that she was applying for, something very specific in diversity and inclusion management, which I had never heard of before. The name of the company, I was like, wait a minute, I've heard this before. And I went onto my phone, went to WhatsApp, and went through a conversation in this group that I'm part of. The universe is magic, okay? I did a search of the company name, and I found that there was a person who had talked about this in the chat months ago. I don't know how I remembered this. And the woman was head of diversity and inclusion management. She was the head of the department that my friend wanted to apply for. Like, what are the freaking odds? And we were both just in a state of enjoyment and so bubbly. And this is a person I have practiced pulling oracle cards with and talking about manifesting. And she is such a beam of light and positivity, and always reaching for positivity and happiness and good things and optimism. So I was not surprised that she would manifest a contact through me. Now, did she get the job or not? I actually don't know. It's still ongoing. And even if she doesn't, it doesn't really matter, because that moment itself was proof of alignment. That moment was showing us that the universe works in mysterious ways. And that can happen to anyone at any moment. Could she anticipate that I would have this contact, the exact person that she needs to get in touch with for the job that she wants? No. I am not the kind of person you come to for that kind of business liaison. And yet it's through me that it came. That's why I'm talking about catching the moment and practicing being in the frequency of alignment. That means practicing happiness, practicing enjoyment, practicing peace, practicing appreciation, practicing feeling surrounded, feeling loved, feeling love. And you will manifest those feelings in other forms, in other experiences. The same thing will just gravitate and snap into your life experience. I've had this experience, and I know so many people who've had this experience. So at a certain point, you're just like, let me try this out, you know? Especially if you are trying to manifest more happiness in your life right now, try it out and let us know, all of us who are watching, the community, in the comment section, what happens. And if you've had this experience of catching moments and seeing just more and more goodness manifest in your life, if you've practiced this snowball of appreciation, you can call it, please share it in the comment section. I know that we would all love to hear it. It encourages other people to do the same, and it just gives us all hope, which is the seed you need in order to move forward and towards better feelings, thoughts and feelings. In summary, catch the moments. Like right now, I'm just gonna sit here for like 10-15 minutes before I do anything else, before I continue on all the tasks I think I need to do or have to do, or rather want to do and get to do, which is a better state of being when I do things. And I'm just gonna appreciate the gift that I have right now, because the universe has lined things up for me to be in a place I'm not often in, with weather that I don't often see. So I'm really going to enjoy and catch this moment and create more moments like this by catching it. So I invite you to do the same. I'm Im Angel, happiness and law of attraction coach. If you want to practice happiness, check out my website and let's get cracking together. Like this video if you liked it, share it with someone you think would benefit from it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because more content is coming, and trust, you will want more nourishment and encouragement and content that will keep you going and building your snowball of appreciation. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.